Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca and this is Bianca's World, where I create costumes, crochet, and make whatever pops into my head that day. I was recently inspired by an artist named Esme, and her Instagram handle is @EsmeMade. She's an amazing artist who hand makes these beautiful dolls, and she also hand paints them. She does have them up for sale. She does sell them, but I unfortunately have not been lucky enough to get a hold of one, but one day I will. They're absolutely beautiful. Please check her out. But she recently created a beautiful moth doll, and it just inspired me to see if I can make a moth costume. So I gathered up some cardboard and paint that I had around the house, and I'm going to show you what I created. If this is something that you're interested in costumes, crochet, or just crafts, please like the video, check out some of my other videos, and subscribe and share this with friends and family who might be interested. Alright, let's grab some cardboard and let's get started. Grab your box and open it up. You're going to cut that right down the center, and we're going to outline the shape of a wing that you like. Go ahead and grab your scissors and cut that wing out, and you're going to do this 2 times. So when you're finished cutting the first wing, go ahead and put it upside down on your other piece of cardboard, outline it, and then cut that piece out. After completing cutting the 2 wings, I went ahead and cut it more into the shape of the moth I was inspired by, which had a rounder bottom, a bit of a straight edge, and then the top portion was a little straight as well. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did with the big wings, but for the bottom ones. Draw out the shape of the wing, cut that one out, trace it onto another one, and then just make sure that you have the final details cut out at the end. Once I was done with all 4 wings, I went ahead and just put them all together to see how I like the shape, and if I needed to do any additional cutting, I went ahead and did it, but I think it looks pretty good right now. The next step is painting our wings. Now your wings might be a little bit different than mine if you were inspired by a different type of moth. The moth that I was inspired by was this one here, the Black Arches moth. It's a white moth with black spots and stripes, so I decided I wanted to go ahead and use this one because I did have white and black paint. I drew the shapes that I wanted on my top wings, and I painted those first, but I didn't let them dry fully, and you'll see why in just a bit. I moved on to the bottom wings, and I painted it a little bit different because they are different from the top ones, but I wanted to show you that with just a bit of paint on my brush, I made a couple strokes throughout the wing so that it'll give it kind of like that moth fuzzy look. I don't know how to describe it, but it does have a bit of a gray shade to it, so I just went ahead and did this. The reason I mentioned that I didn't allow the top wings to dry was because I took a big brush and I did the same thing. I just started doing strokes from the top to the bottom to give it that little bit of a fuzzy look to the top wings. I did also afterwards put a second layer of black paint to make the black paint pop. By the way, Nebula says hi. Onto the eyes. So this part is optional because I didn't show it at the end, but what I did was take the styrofoam ball and cut it in half, And then with a glue gun and a black plastic bag, I just went ahead and wrapped this styrofoam ball to give it that sheen without having to paint it. What you do is cut out the antenna from some cardboard pieces. I just cut out a shape that was similar to a leaf, and I scored the back of the cardboard so I can fold it in half. I then took scissors and started cutting in close to the center, but I didn't cut all the way into it, otherwise you would not be able to use it. But you're going to do that for both pieces, and remember to paint them. Glue the bottom pieces of the eyes onto a piece of fabric that you can fit around your head, and with the antenna, you're going to punch 2 holes in each side and put a headband through both antennae. Grab your drawstring bag and undo the knots at the bottom. We're going to take our top wings and punch 2 holes on each wing, and we're going to thread the drawstrings through both of the wings. One thing that I do apologize I did not show on here is that on the top wings, you're going to also punch 2 holes and put a string through it so that you can hold it as a handle for when you're going to move your wings up and down. Make sure that it is comfortable enough for you to wear, because this is how you're going to be wearing your wings out. Next thing we're going to do is grab the lower wings and glue those to the bottom part of the drawstring bag. For the final look, I actually opted not to wear the eyes that I had made and did this makeup look, keeping in theme with how the moth looks. And here it is. Here's my final look. I wore black leggings, boots, gloves, and a top. I also had this white fuzzy shawl that I wore to imitate the moth look. What do you all think? Please let me know in the comments below, and if you do end up making this, please share it with me on Instagram. My name is @Mrs. Bebo. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.